This is Right Around Australia, the story of Nevill Westwood and his Citroën Bubsie on Faith FM. In 2025, the incredible journey will be reenacting another incredible journey undertaken 100 years earlier by young Nevill Westwood, who accidentally achieved the record of being the first person to drive right around Australia. Here is part one of his exciting story. The year is 1925. Sir Hugh Beaver, managing director of the Guinness Brewery, got into an argument with some mates at a party one evening. The argument erupted over which game bird in Europe flew the fastest. No one really knew, and even the reference books couldn't settle the argument. So they had to leave with no winners from the pub dispute. Sir Hugh later had the brilliant idea of producing a book that would settle pub arguments, and the Guinness Book of Records was born. The first edition was published in 1955 and quickly became one of the top-selling books in publishing history, with yearly sales today averaging 3.5 million copies. Had the books been in publication 30 years earlier, the name of Nevill Westwood, a young West Australian Adventist colporteur, would most certainly have been included as the first person to drive right around Australia. He hadn't intended on setting any records in 1925, but his zeal for selling books gave him the opportunity to enter the halls of fame. Nevill Westwood had always been an adventurer. He grew up in Lancefield, West Australia, a bustling stopping place for gold diggers on their way to the northern goldfields. When he was 18, he attended a Bible prophecy seminar in the tourist town of Cottesloe and was fascinated with the prophecies presented by Pastor H. Harker. Studying the Bible changed Nevill, and he became a committed and enthusiastic Christian. He was baptized and enrolled as a member of the original Cottesloe Seventh-day Adventist Church. Nevill was a passionate new Christian, eager to tell others of the things he had learned. He enrolled as a student at the Darling Range Bible School, now Carmel College, and as part of his course, he began selling religious books that explained the Bible and its teachings. He attended a Bible camp in 1924, and one of the presenters threw out a challenge to the young people. Would someone travel through the northwest of West Australia and sell the book Our Day in the Light of Prophecy? Nevill jumped at the chance. He didn't own a car, but that didn't worry him. He would walk or ride a bicycle. He set off for Murchison, carrying his bedding and books on the back of his push-bike, and travelled over 1,600 kilometres, selling the book from town to town. He managed to get orders for £500 worth of books, as well as collecting funds for the appeal for missions. Money for the appeal was used to improve the health and education of people in third world countries, and Nevill came back with donations amounting to £70. Nevill had some interesting experiences on this trip. In Yalgoo, he was astonished to meet a lady who had been keeping the Sabbath by herself for 10 years. Through her Bible reading, she had become convinced that Saturday was the Bible Sabbath and began observing the day, even though she knew no one else who believed as she did. At one of the stations Nevill visited, he showed his book to the bookkeeper, who was interested, but said he would talk to the overseer, thinking they might go halves in a book. The overseer was impressed with the book and told the bookkeeper he wasn't going halves. He wanted the book all to himself. In fact, he wanted to buy another one as a gift for a friend and told the bookkeeper he should do the same. Nevill was walking on air as he left the station with orders for over £15 worth of books. In the space of 3 weeks, he had travelled over 1,450 kilometres on a push bike. He returned to Perth, eager to stock up and set out again on more adventures for God. Stay tuned to Faith FM for the next installment of this series, Right Around Australia, the story of Nevill Westwood and his Citroën Bubsie. For more information about this program, visit the website of The Incredible Journey, online at tij.tv/RAA.